Hello fashion friends and family, this is Stacy here from Sew Bromo, Mason Elsa Fitzgerald and the Fashion Heritage Needle Trades Foundation. We are here still in Bali in Candidasa and we are going to have breakfast. We will then head to a traditional Balinese ceremony where we will wear our custom made kabayas, and then after that we will go to an area called Klung Klung to look at some songket, which is a weaving technique. This is has become one of our favorite places during our tour here. We're getting a little help from our friend Ava to do this correctly.
Pas dia datang.
We gotta know it.
Hello. Hi. Hello. No, cantik sekali. She said no, I'm fat. Hello. A video, tidak apa-apa. She's dancing, look at her. We are on our way now to the village to see some traditional weavers. Welcome to the Fashion Travel Adventure Show, where we take you around the world to see so many different textiles and artisan projects. We are here doing a tour of this cultural village community, and it's not an actual village, it's like a simulation of one, but we're going to see some demonstrations, and I am wearing the Ikusa Resort Collection, and I paired it with one of the Balinese embroidery pieces that I got from Uluwatu. This is kind of nice because it doesn't have a border, and so I wouldn't feel bad cutting it up crazy. I hope she doesn't tell me you're not supposed to mix it, but I am.
Yeah.
Yang ininya saja berisi ikan.
Berisi?
If the single not have like this, and then only this one, and the double ikat, like the
You can
plus
more full.
Yeah.
So these are the antique sonkets, or antique. Oh my gosh, that's like so beautiful. Selamat sore.
See these in that very touristy store
Yeah,
were like
silk.
300. So
Ada sambil kali.
Untuk single ikat, kalau itu untuk double ikatnya.
Ya, kebaca. Ini kudu siapa?
Ini kok 300, Pak.
Got our little basket. Our little basket. It's so pretty. So the natural color is lighter, but then he smokes it.
it fits really well on there too.
Oh.
Like of the kids we were friends with came out with a
Duck crossing. Hi everyone, Nicole here with Icosa Apparel and the soon-to-be launched Atelier collection. I wanted to share with you some of the fabrics that we got. It's been a few days, it's been kind of a whirlwind. We've been shopping all over the place, so some of these we got when we first arrived in Bali, and then we've been just obviously doing fabric shopping ever since we've been here. First ones I want to show you. This is actually the first place that we went fabric shopping. It was to a traditional textile market, so they had batiks, they had tie-dye, they had just normal fabric that you would find anywhere. But they had some really amazing silks from India, which I obviously had to buy. So we got some of this really, really pretty silk jacquard. This is actually a really nice weight of silk, so I just got a couple of meters of it just to kind of play around with. It's a really good price and it's a really good color, super, super pretty, very flowy. Right, so the next fabric we have, same style of fabric, just a different motif. I got a little bit more of this because I like the color and I can see making something with it that would sell really well. So again, beautiful silk jacquard, really pretty motif on it, and yeah, just really, really detailed. So maybe a dress, maybe a top, something like that. Okay, at that same area, that same market, I got a couple of different batiks. So I'm looking for a little bit unusual, and I really like the white with the colored patterns on the top. So we have this one. It has a nice border, but green, because I love the greenery and the plants. Cotton, obviously. I really liked this one too. This has kind of that crackle pattern in there. I think this might be a print, but it still is really pretty. We do something fun with this. Just love that motif and the color scheme. Then we have this one, from the same color family. Again, just really like that motif. Probably do some yokes of the dresses that I do with this one. And then this batik we got at the Bali Bidadari Batik. It's a kind of a heritage site in Ubud, I think it was. And yeah, I just really like the color scheme. It's really unusual. It was really different from anything else there. You can kind of see that border there. And then the cassowary bird. So
these birds here that kind of look like they might be peacocks. They're cassowaries. So this is our finds from Warnajaya Fabric Supplier. They're a wholesaler in Denpasar that we visited. They did a ton of natural, organic, and recycled fabric. So I found a ton of stuff that I loved. I found a bunch of collars for dresses. So my last resort collection has been a lot of interesting collars where they're sewn. So I found some of these really fun ones so that we're not sewing, but it has beautiful embroidery. This one in a leaf motif, really, really pretty. It comes in black too, so that'll be nice with some silk body. Really pretty. And then they had a lot of different cotton options. So this has a little tag on it, but you can kind of see beautiful embroidery there. This one has a little bit of sparkle to it. So we have some sequins, but you know, again, nice geometry, but a little bit organic looking. This one is similar, sister style. I just really like it. It's got this nice cotton thread and the sequins in it with a little bit of sparkle to it. Then we have this one that's a little bit more intricate embroidery, but again, really pretty. I can see this with some crinkle silk, body, really nice. These ones I really loved. They're just different and unique. I haven't really seen anything quite like this. Again, it has these kind of geometric lines, shapes to it, which really goes with the Icosa style. This one, it's a little bit more boho. I like it, but I'm not sure that it's going to end up in the Icosa Resort collection, but we'll make something fun with it anyways. And we have this one. I really liked this one a lot. I thought it was really pretty, so we'll do some testing and see how all of these work. Then we get into our fabrics. I had to stop myself here. There were so many pretty ones. So almost all of these are cotton or a cotton linen blend. This is just called a cotton texture. You can kind of see it has that really pretty shine to it. I'm pretty sure it's a cotton with a little bit of rayon in it. This is going to be really nice for some of those yokes that I was doing. I also think this would make a really nice pant. I think it'll flow really nicely, but it'll be cool. This one has some really nice texture. I think it has a little bit of rayon to it that gives it some shine, so this will be really pretty. And we have, this is 100% cotton. They call it a double wave, so you can see it has this wavy texture to it. It's really cool. I think this might be a really nice simple top because it's gonna be nice in these really hot climates. Then we have this. This is also 100% cotton, but look at that cool slub texture to it. So they took a darker slub cotton thread and wove it in there, so it just has a really unique look to it. This also comes in a beige and black colorway, which is really fun if you're not into wearing white. But with this, if you get a little bit dirty, you're not really going to notice it. Then we have this one. Let me flip it open so you can see the dotted Swiss there. So this is a type of dotted Swiss, but it's a big dot and it has gold thread in each of these dots. So it's a little bit fancier. Again, it's 100% cotton with the exception of the metallic threads in the dots, and it also has this crinkle texture. So this is going to be a really fun dress, really fun top, maybe a button-down shirt. And then we have, this is the Cotton Crush. So this has a really fun crushed texture to it. I think it has a little bit of stretch to it because of that crinkle texture. I'm going to check on it, but they might have put a little bit of recycled polyester in it to hold those pleats. We're going to do a burn test, see if I see any melting, and then we're going to do a wash test and see if that cotton texture, if this actually ends up coming out of the cotton. But with weaving methods now being as advanced as they are, there are ways that you can actually weave this sort of texture into a cotton fabric and have it be 100% cotton, no synthetics. But anyways, it's fun. We'll try it out. We'll see how it works. Then we have this one. This is the Cotton Swiss Zigzag. So you open it up so you can kind of see the texture on the inside here. So this is a really fun, again, like a dotted Swiss, but a type that I haven't seen before because it incorporates the striped texture into it. So almost like a Dobby and a Swiss together, but the dotted Swiss generally, they're in a very uniform pattern. This is kind of going in a zigzag pattern. I thought this was so fun. Again, a top, a button-down shirt, a button-down dress shirt, something for a beach cover-up. Again, it's going to be really nice in these hot climates because it's breathable, really airy and light. This is, again, 100% cotton. They call it cotton texture Henny White. So let me open it up so you can see the texture inside. So this, again, you know, I love my geometry, so this is really fun. It just has these nice little stripes through it. So top, maybe a dress, something like that. All of these are gonna get cut and sewn, tested out. I loved this one. I've always loved like cross-stitch and needlepoint patterns from, you know, olden times back in the day. And this has that pattern. It's a jacquard, 100% cotton jacquard with that sort of texture and pattern woven into it. So let me open this up so you can see inside. And I believe this has, maybe this has a little bit of rayon in it. So you can kind of see the shine of the dots, that pattern there a little bit. It looks really, really fun. It looks really good. And then the last one we have is, this is a cotton linen ombak is what they called it. This has a really fun wave pattern to it. So I think it's considered reversible. So this would be considered the back, and then this part here would be the front, but it just has a really fun texture. I thought this would be really fun pants. It would also be a really fun button-down shirt. It's a little bit heavier of a cotton, so maybe it's a cover-up when you're going out at night and it's a little bit cooler of a temperature. You have that breeze. So this will be, you know, really fun to play around with too. So that was our sourcing fabric trip to Denpasar. So that was everything from our sourcing trip to the Warna Jaya fabric store in Denpasar in Bali. Okay, so while we were in Seminyak, it's kind of a tourist area, but we had a lot of fun there. There was a bookstore, magazine store, and we picked up some Asian fashion magazines. So we have Harper's Bazaar Indonesia. I'm gonna wait to open these up till I get home because I want to keep them kind of nice because they're very fun, very unique. Then we have the Yak. That's this one here. So this is the lighter and darker sides of Bali, Asia's fashionable playground. So this is going to be fashion, style, architecture, everything like that. This is Dewi magazine. So this is another fashion magazine for Asia. We have Prestige Indonesia. So this is another Indonesia style magazine. Really looking forward to kind of checking out the designers that are advertised and profiled in here. So yeah. Okay, today we got these wonderful handmade baskets in a traditional village that's set up more as a learning experience for the tourists, so people can come in and walk through and see the traditional artisans making the batiks, the ikat and double ikat, and then these glorious little baskets. Look at how beautifully made that is. It's so perfect and tight, and that design is just beautiful. It's really sturdy, and the lid fits really, you know, snugly in there. Doesn't come off, and it smells like smoke. So when they make these baskets, it's the fiber it's a grass, and it looks kind of green yellowy. It's a lot lighter of a color. So to get this nice you know, golden patina on it, what they do is they smoke it in coconut husk, so it smells like coconut husk. It smells like smoke, and it's really nice. I love it. Can't decide what I'm going to put in there yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out when I get home.
Right, so we're going to talk about the kebaya. The kebaya is the royal garment for Indonesia. It's considered the national dress. The reason why I say it's the royal garment, because that's where it originated. Commoners were historically not allowed to wear them, but now it's become a lot more, it's completely acceptable. And so anyway, while we were here in Bali, we were able to attend a Balinese ceremony. It was a teeth cutting ceremony. We won't explain that part of it, but we will show you the cabayas that we had custom made. So if you're following along on our videos, we source the fabrics from Denpasar, and this is my finished cabaya here. So that the cabaya is actually the top piece, it's not the sarong. And Nicole had hers done, which I'll show you there, her look. But I do want to mention how it sort of comes together. With the traditional fabric, in Bali in particular, it's a lot more bright in terms of color combination. And then, just to show you this sash that goes on the waistline, and then you put a little brooch, which I don't have here, but gives you a sense of that. It's typically a gold color. And these are the undergarments. I thought that would be useful to know. So this is the corset that would go underneath. It gives you a nice little lift. And this you put underneath. So it actually holds the sarong in place so it doesn't fall down and gives you a little bit of compression on the waist. And let me show you Nicole's beautiful kabaya over here. So she also sourced hers fabric in Denpasar. And there you have that contrasting look, and you'll see probably in an earlier video of her wearing it. And then she paired it with the sarong we have here. And then her sash. 2013, I moved from London to Bali to set up my fashion house, and during that time I had what I call the Bali Fashion Dream journey, had a blog, and during that time I was traveling around looking at the different artists and techniques and methods, and this is a company that is based here, but I did see one of their stores. It's called Uluwatu. They call it handmade Balinese lace, but what it is this technique. I have it in this dress, but just to show you, here's some pieces I recently purchased from their boutique. So it's embroidery, but they add these whole elements that give a sense of lace. And so we recently also visited the village of Tabanan, where Putu Saryan does this work. But in some cases it's converted into a kabaya, that traditional garment, but in other cases it can be turned into different things. So here we have some sashes, you can use them as belts, but there's a lot of handwork involved, so you have to draw the pattern onto a transferable paper so that it goes onto the material and then is embroidered. And it can be quite a long process because it's not mechanized, so it's hand and machine. And that's the white sash there. So these are, I'll come a little closer so you can see, is the details part of the sashes. And then let me spread out the panel. And something I love about it is they actually quite remind me of the wood carving as well, in these really beautiful ornate details. And here, let me show you the white one. Then I bought this dress in Seminyak from Uma and Leopold. They incorporate this Balinese embroidery lace method into the dress, so you can see there's various elements of it, and it really does have a very I don't know, a vintage feel and look to it. And so I look forward to kind of incorporating that into some of my Elsa designs. Oh, and welcome to my lace wonderland. We went sourcing in the Denpasar area. So here we just have some little lace trims, various colors. I won't go too much in detail on those, but I just really love the different pastels. And then we have some of these little lace pieces. I'm not sure yet, but they might be used as intimate slips, but they're a lot more delicate. But I love this kind of, oh, this is my favorite one here, I'll show you. This is my favorite. It has a much more like vintage look. And it's contrast with cream and silver-ish, a little bit of a nickel. And this one is a cream and a gold, but like a little bit more antique and silver. We sourced the lace for my kabaya. So this was originally, this is the same from the same supplier. But first we received it in this form and then brought it to the kabaya maker. Not sure yet. This probably is going to be more of a limited edition one-off. It may even just be used as samples because there's only so many of these, but showroom pieces. We have the brown. I really love it to have kind of an antique look, where often people ask me, is that vintage? And it looks vintage, but it's just because the fabric selection and the styling. It's a black and gold I use quite often with Elsa. This one pushes the boundaries a little bit of Elsa. This is a little bit more of a rainbow color, but it does make me think of like palaces in the south of France. And the Riviera. This is very different for me, but it reminds me a bit of Indonesia with these, particularly Bali with their the architecture with the rust colors bricks that they use on the houses. So during my journey in 2013, coming to Bali, then being inspired by the Kebaya, I established the fashion house Elsa Fitzgerald, and it was very much inspired by that Kebaya. Here's some of the original dresses. This is the Daisy dress. If you're following our US content, you would have seen that we've made a version of this in the US, but I really struggled to try to find a lace that was comparable to this, and this is a shocker. I then went back to the the fabric supplier I originally purchased from, and they actually still carry that lace. So I'm really excited to then cut and sew the original Daisy dress in the US at Belvedere Dress Atelier. We also have this color that we produced, the Mary dress, but it has it with the kind of bronze sparkles in it. Yeah, so you will see more of that dress coming up. There are many laces that I have been looking to source again for Elsa, but fortunately coming back to Indonesia, we found, this is very rare that you're going to find lace in particular that had been purchased many years ago. So that means we can produce these garments with still the same motif looks in the lace. This one was a sample that we never fully did the production on, but this was meant to be a slip that could be worn as a dress, and it has this really pretty like lace that again we found it, and we found some other really beautiful lace fabrics that we will be bringing back to Maison Elsa Fitzgerald and working with Belvedere Dress Atelier to bring that kind of new life to the fashion house. About this little pouch that is embroidered, but inside of it I have the Elsa Fitzgerald original collection, so you can see some of those laces. And I won't list out all the places where I got this different boutiques, but I will show them to you. Just gonna flip through them. I do tend to like to find ones that look a little bit faded in the way that they may be more antique. Not that this one is, this is a new one, but I really like this one because it has like this little tower, and where I have this, or I started my artist studio in the Bromo Tower, it looks similar to this, but it has like little ears on it, and I found it here in Indonesia, so it reminds me of the Bromo Tower, but Indonesian. And then we have this one, and then I'm actually going to wear these together. Sometimes you'll have like a shoulder, it's called a selendang, but it's like a shoulder shawl, but they didn't have the match, but I quite like the contrast of these two together, and match the kebaya I made with Ibu Nuri for the Maryland State Arts Council project through the Art of the Kebaya Maryland. Hi Ibu Nuri! I also bought this handmade basket in the village, but I will actually keep it to store my jewelry, whether it's at home or traveling, that I purchased here in Bali. All right, we're gonna call it a night. Enjoy this beautiful ocean sounds and coconut and wine. Bye!